There's nothing like getting off to the right foot, and today we're looking at great openings to video games. Some games start off with an epic cutscene or moving speech.
In other words, psychonauts!
But often a game will start off with a song that will become its anthem. This is an interesting effect, since it's often the song you will hear the least. It's the battle or overworld theme that will take up the majority of the game. So why pour so much effort into the opening theme? My theory is that it's the song that greets you when you open up the game, enticing you back into that world. These songs will often pop in my head and make me want to play the game. This is true of certain songs from other games, but for the sake of narrowing down this list, we will only consider songs that first play when you open up the game. Here are my 10 favorite video game title tracks. After all that build-up, you may be surprised at the slower pace of this one. Imagination is a sweeping adventure RPG, yes, but a lot of the story's tone is pretty sorrowful. Despite the hero's best efforts, things don't always work out for the people you're trying to save. Both the gravity and the epic scale of the game are reflected through this opening track. The tragedy of the game is increased because even though the game was adapted into a cartoon, the only snippet we have of the adaptation with the game's original protagonist is this.
I am too good!
Time for a pick-me-up. This game's opening song is one of, if not the peppiest songs I've ever heard. Croc and Croc 2 are classic 3D platformers with one of the cutest and most succinctly named mascots out there. The Croc games do have some tricky platforming along the way, but you wouldn't know it from the theme song. Even though I enjoy Croc 2 more, I think the first game's rendition of it is the better one. This song is an echo of a very happy part of my childhood and a great way to boost your day. I remember just how excited people were to play a new generation of Batman games, and even more excited when it turned out those games were actually really good. Even though it isn't as highly rated as its predecessors, my pick goes to the third game, Arkham Origins. The intermixing of my favorite Christmas song, Carol of the Bells, certainly helps give the theme a classical and serious edge. This song gets you excited to go out and kick butt as Batman, which I think does the soul good.
Swear to me, swear to...
Considering the creator had complete control over his game, it's no wonder that the infectious opening track offers just a taste of the great game to come. The remastered version is good as well, but I prefer the retro quality of the original. The upbeat mood of the song is a sucker punch for the serious game to follow, but I'll forgive it because of the remixes people have made of it. A song that starts out with a sweet melody soon gets the remix treatment in Donkey Kong Country. Not only do we get to see Cranky Kong visually hinted at as the DK that faced off against Mario, but we also get to see him hand off the torch quite explosively to a new generation. And I thought my family reunions were bad. The start of a classic but genuinely tricky platformer, Country's opening theme gets my nod over Donkey Kong 64's rap, although it was in very close contention. Mega Man has had a lot of games and subsequently a lot of really good opening themes, but I think the best is Mega Man 2. This song isn't technically the first song that plays, but it is the main menu theme, so I'm counting it. The song has a great beat, and even the title slate with Mega Man staring out over the city is a classic action movie shot. Where have we seen that before? Oh, right. Mega Man also gets bonus points for having great intros to the stages themselves. All of the opening cinematics for the Smash Bros. Franchise are really good at getting you excited to boot your friends into outer space. Whether you play All Fox, No Items, Final Destination, or you're down to clown with some final smashes, the opening theme drives home just how big getting all these characters together is. Even though the N64 announcement of the game's title is bone-rattling good, my nod for best theme goes to the most recent Smash 4. They really make up for the title itself with a theme that gets you ready to brawl in melee range. 64. This theme has such majesty, I'm surprised actual royalty doesn't use it when making an entrance. This song does the job of cueing the listener into the grand nature of the game they're about to play. The Dragon Quest games combine great storytelling with fantastic creature design. I mean, just look at that face! I grew up with the pixelated version of Dragon Warrior monsters, but when I heard the theme remastered, I went out and got Dragon Quest V. By which I mean I ordered it through Amazon, so I didn't have to physically go somewhere and get it. But I might have if I had to, probably. It's just a really convenient service, and this way I can go on adventures right from my living room couch. I never owned an Xbox growing up, but it took my breath away when I went to a friend's house and was treated to the opening theme of Halo. Since I had never tried aiming in 3D before, I was horrible at the game, but from the first rumble I knew this game was something special, something I hadn't even comprehended yet. The song stuck with me as the quintessential orchestral theme with a bunch of ahs, oohs, and ohs in the background. The start to a great franchise certainly got its lasting theme that sticks with you. What better pick to top this list than the opening song of my very first game? I had played games on my family's computer, yes, but when my parents bought me the Game Boy Color and Pokemon Blue, it was all mine. It was my private world, my own adventure, that thousands of other kids were experiencing as well, but well, I'm the one that matters. From any song in the soundtrack I can cue into the memories about the game, and this song wraps all that into a package. The fire red leaf green version is probably more intense, but I prefer the original. Call it nostalgia, but I think this song was the start of a passion for gaming in a lot of people. Thanks for tuning in. A reminder that this list is very much subjective, so if you have your own favorite song, go ahead and post it in the comments. I would love to hear it. Or over there to be entered into my first giveaway. Over there is my Let's Play channel, and that should do it.